Hello and welcome back to my channel, Divine Libra Wisdom. I'm back again with a weekly check-in for Cancers. This will be for the week of October 27th. So before I get started, I'm going to get all my disclaimers and things out of the way, and then I will get into the reading. So if you are new to the channel, thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you stick around if you like the way that I read, and make sure you subscribe. If you are returning to my channel, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. You may have already subscribed, but if you haven't done so, definitely do that. So that way you can stay up to date when I drop new videos and other content. Yeah, as you listen along, make sure you're liking the video. Make sure you leave a comment down in the comment section. Let me know how the video resonated, if it did for you, if you feel comfortable doing so. If you don't, want to share your story, definitely just leave a comment or like a cute little emoji down in the comment section just to let me know that you're rocking with me. Share the video. Definitely share the video, especially if friends who have these placements or they just enjoy tarot and oracle card readings. Yeah, and the decks that I'm using, they'll be down in the description box, as well as how to get in touch with me if you would like to book a personal reading, or anything else that you may want to know. Let's see, and what else? I feel like I always feel like when I do this, I forget something, but yeah. If I don't say it, it'll be in the description box, likely, if you need any information or anything like that. As you can see, I'm not on camera. I just didn't really feel like doing that. So you are seeing your spread for this week coming up, Cancers. Let's see what else. I am switching up how I do these readings slightly. Instead of going row by row, I'm going to do column by column. So that'll be, it'll still be start of the week, midweek, and end of the week. And then to wrap up, we'll do the affirmation. Okay. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So the card that you have that comes out at the start of the week, Cancers, is the Moon. So this is all about, our subconscious, illusions, fears, any type of like anxieties we may have, things that are hidden as well, illusions, like I mentioned earlier. Sometimes we could be falling for deception as well. This is also has to do with our intuition. And you're actually coming out in your reading, which is the moon. The moon represents, or Cancer, you know what I mean. The moon represents Cancers. It's that ruler. So, you're coming out in the reading. So this could be something where you may be dealing with another Cancer, or anyone who has those placements. But at the start of the week, you could be kind of feeling sort of like under like a spell, or things are kind of sort of, it feels dreamy in a way, like you're kind of like you're on cloud nine. So if it's not necessarily that you are just kind of ignoring certain things, you're more so kind of in this state of like, easygoing, not really trying to do too much. It's just kind of, you're just trying to ease into the week, if that makes sense, which is, normal sometimes when it comes to a Monday. It's not bad, it's not good, it's just kind of like, so that's kind of what I get the sense of when it comes to the moon card, for the start of a week, coming out for that. Excuse me, I'm over here yawning. So some of you all could be sort of like kind of tired, because I see the moon, the actual moon with the face on it. The face kind of looks like deep in thought or like sleepy, tired, that type of thing. So you could be very like exhausted from the weekend. That could also be a thing. But also, I really feel strongly that more so than having fears about something or, um, I feel like this is, or anxiety for that matter, I feel like this is more so just kind of feeling, kind of being under an illusion, but also kind of being sort of like head in the clouds, if that makes sense. Not really wanting to put forth a lot of effort or like do a lot. You kind of just wanting to ease into the week, if that makes sense, the start of the week. Okay, so it's aligned with soaring into joy, and that is childlike wonder fills my life. Again, that is childlike wonder fills my life, and that is soaring into joy. So it aligns with the moon, and I feel like, again, it drives home the point that your Cancer's minds, some of you may, you may be kind of under like an illusion in a way, or not really seeing things clearly, and so you needed to kind of tap into your intuition a little bit more, when it comes to certain things, especially going into the week, the work week specifically, if you're someone who works, but on the other hand, some of you are just kind of, because if you look at if you look at the soaring into joy card, the lady in the card or whatever, or yeah, the lady on the card, she looks very happy, like at peace, kind of, and she's kind of like up in the sky or floating in the sky, so it's kind of like she's in the clouds, so hid in the clouds. So while it's okay to feel this way, there still needs to kind of be like some grounding, like coming back down to earth. So, don't, even if you are sort of like in this state of joy, bliss, where you can sort of exist kind of like with your head in the clouds, there is a need to make sure that you're kind of on point, and then also that you're not, because with the moon card, the illusions, it can become too much, and it can be like you're thinking the illusions are a reality, so that it can cross into that territory. Okay, so it's more so just kind of being mindful of what's true, what's not, seeing things clearly for what it is, trusting your intuition, having discernment. That's a big thing. And just making sure that you are taking care of yourself mentally as well. Okay. And it doesn't mean that you have to be sort of like, have any anxiety or fears or anything like that, because I really don't get a sense of that. But just, just kind of making sure that you're seeing reality for what it is. Okay. So by midweek, you have the Page of Swords as your tarot that came out. And this is all about like mental energy. And I just mentioned like with the moon, it makes sense that it will follow the moon, the Page of Swords. And, air signs or air swords is air. So this is very much about head being in the clouds, not being clear, sort of being, having a lot of being inside of your head more so than present in your full body. You're more so like cerebral and mind oriented, like you're thinking a lot. With the Page of Swords, this is also like, curiosity, being curious about certain things, wanting to try new things. Could also be something that pops up at midweek. This could also mean, some challenges coming up, or, some kind of dilemma. Maybe there's something that you need to figure out, or, fix. Because it's like with this Page of Swords, it's like the Page of Swords is ready to swing at any moment. And so it's kind of like, this is similar. I believe it was Taurus's reading. Maybe, I can't remember exactly which one. So if you have Libra, or I'm sorry, yeah, Libra and Taurus placements, definitely go check out those videos, because I can't remember which one it was, but it was something similar to like kind of wanting to not be kind of defensive, and you have the Seven of Wands following, so being defensive in a way because you don't want to let go of any type of illusions that you have. You want to believe this one scenario or this one thing, but it's like you kind of need to see past what it is that you want and more so what it is that is, if that makes sense. So, and you kind of, it could put you sort of like on the defensive, because you have the Page of Swords, and like if you look at the card, you see that she's kind of ready to swing in this card, and then you have the Seven of Wands where she's like has the staff held up and she's ready to swing as well. So you could be kind of on defense, but we'll get to the Seven of Wands in just a minute there. But with the Page of Swords though, if any challenges do come up, I feel like you'll be, in order to be like prepared for it and ready to do whatever it is you need to do, you definitely have to get your head out of the clouds first. So okay, so with it being aligned with sharing of yourself, I am a incredibly generous being. I feel like this is more so kind of saying like it's okay, to share of yourself, as it pertains to if there's some, okay, so this is what I'm getting. If there is some anxiety around sharing of yourself or sharing your thoughts, your ideas with others, especially if it's in a work setting, maybe you have some ideas, and you're a little defensive about it. And so that's why you're kind of on the defense or kind of feeling away. You don't want it to be, made fun of, if that makes sense, or like you don't want to be not taken seriously. And so this could also be a situation where you feel the need to sort of kind of have your sword raised, like ready to swing at any moment, like whoever would question your logic, or like make fun of your ideas, or not see it, not give it any anything, like any energy. Like basically you don't want to be dismissed. You want your ideas, you want your thoughts to be taken seriously. And so that could be if there is any anxiety with the Page of Swords, there could be, or like even with the Moon as well, if there is kind of this a little bit of anxiety, it could definitely be surrounding like sharing of yourself, sharing your ideas, sharing your good news, when it comes going back to the soaring into joy. And so you could be kind of like defensive, or kind of want to keep whatever is happening to yourself. Also the Moon, that could be a part of the illusion, and that could be like part of the illusion, and kind of keeping to yourself, not really wanting to share certain things because you fear what others may think. You fear the things that other people may say to you when it comes to that. So that could be a thing by midweek, Cancers. Now, at the end of the week, you have Seven of Wands, and this is about standing your ground, asserting your values, having courage, overcoming certain challenges, and resilience. So, again, I feel like there's this energy of feeling sort of, feeling like you need to defend yourself, or protect your ideas, and you may need to stand your ground on certain things and put your foot down. So that is definitely, a possibility for you this week, Cancers. As well as, with it aligning with the Seven of Wands aligning with breaking barriers, this could be, and it says, I am expanding beyond limitations into joy and freedom. So breaking barriers, yeah, you may have to, by the end of the week, you may have to do something or defend yourself when it comes to like sharing your ideas. I'm really getting that strongly, like sharing. It's something about sharing of yourself, sharing your ideas, what's going on in your mind. And you may have to kind of be on defense mode, or that's you may feel this way, but it could be that that's not the case. People do, people actually do want to hear what's on your mind, how you feel, and they do take you seriously, but you just may have that fear because in the past, maybe someone didn't take you very seriously, or your feelings were dismissed. That could definitely be a thing. And so, it could be that you're sort of like already like, okay, I'm gonna be on defense just in case, you know what I mean? But it may turn out that, you're very pleasantly surprised that, this person does value you. This person does value your opinion. They want to hear what you think. They want to, they think your ideas are great and they want to implement them. You know what I mean? So try not to, if you do have some anxieties or fears around that, try to move past those anxieties and fears. And if it takes, just, maybe sharing one or two ideas just to get a feel for, that person and how they, like, say if this is a situation at work where you're wanting to share your ideas, maybe share maybe one or two and then get a sense of how they feel, their feedback and that thing, and see if they're trustworthy enough to, share other, future ideas, and if they take you seriously. I feel like they will. I feel like, whatever, you decide to share, it will be taken seriously. So there's no need to fear or have anxiety around it. Just go for it. Especially with, breaking barriers, aligning with the 7 of Wands. I'm expanding beyond limitations into joy and freedom. I feel like by you sharing these ideas, by you, sharing your gifts, it's going to break barriers for you. It's going to lead to more opportunities. It's going to lead to more freedom for you and more joy. And you had soar into joy, and then you have a joy on the breaking barriers card. Okay. So, your affirmation for the week, Cancers, is I am good enough. I'm worthy enough. Again, I'm going to repeat that. I am good enough. I'm worthy enough. So keep that in mind, Cancers. If you are feeling a little bit, vulnerable, or feeling a little iffy about, sharing something, don't be. You're worthy. You're good enough. You're worthy enough to be heard, to share yourself with others, and, it be accepted and, appreciated. And so don't keep that worry to your, don't keep that bottled in, or be worried about, not being seen, not being heard, not being taken seriously. Okay. So hopefully this reading resonated with you and it helped. If it did, like the video, share the video, leave a comment down in the comment section, letting me know how it resonated. If it did, only if you feel comfortable sharing. You don't have to go into detail. You can just leave a little small quip, or like a cute emoji just saying, hey, I'm rocking with you. I really enjoyed it. That'll let me know that you enjoyed the reading. And subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And if I hadn't said it already, share with a friend. And that'll be it for you, Cancers. And I will see you next time. Have a good night.